tomorrow get to see more than one program. We do want to welcome our veterans and current military serving for us today. We have with us the 83rd U.S. Army, ARTEC. They are going to present colors in just a minute. And then we have a program aligned to salute our heroes that we have here with us, and for those that may have perished over time, for the ones that aren't with us, families that are here with us. So, and I'm standing up here talking right now. You don't want to hear me. You didn't come here to hear me. These students have done an awesome job to practice. They've done an awesome job turning in pictures. Thank you all for turning in pictures and information so that we can have an awesome tribute here today.
Well, good afternoon, Paynesville Elementary School. How are you? So many children. Well, I'm First Sergeant Dehart, and I'm coming from Fort Knox. And we are the 83rd U.S. ARTEC. We're a regional training center, so we train all of the warriors in the Army. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. All right. So we're going to give you a little glimpse into being in the Army today. All right. And part of being in the Army is understanding the traditions of how we got from hundreds of years ago to today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how we post the colors. Now the colors for us is the American flag. And it's a very, very important ceremony for us because it shows us, and we like to reflect on the respect for the American flag. Not only for the American flag, but all of those that came before us. Okay? So without further ado, post the colors.
Colors, attention. Forward, march. Colors. Ready? Pose. Ready? One. Ready? Two. Ready? Cut. Present arms. Order arms. Forward. March.
Everyone please stand for the Star Spangled Banner. Remain standing while Jonathan Barr recites the Pledge of Allegiance first, and then we will.
I pledge the flag of the United States of America, states, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty for justice for all.
Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. You may have a seat. Thank you.
At 11 a.m., November 11, 1918, World War I ended. The day became known as Armistice Day. Armistice Day, November 11th, a national holiday, 1938. It was the day people celebrated the end of World War I and showed the reverence they felt for veterans. World War II broke out in 1939, ending the hope that World War I had been the war to end all wars. In 1954, President Eisenhower signed a Veterans Day bill that made the veterans the main focus of the November 11th holiday. In the bill, the President also asked all Americans to work for the cause of peace. Each year, the U.S. President issues a Veterans Day proclamation. In his 2012 proclamation, President Obama wrote, "Our men and women in uniform have taught us about strength, duty, devotion, and resolve, cornerstones of a commitment to protect and defend that has kept our country safe for over 200 years. In war and in peace, their service has been selfless and their accomplishments have been extraordinary."
our students, in just a second, are going to stand and they're going to turn and face our veterans. So please stand. Turn and face our visitors. Thank you. Turn back around and have a seat as we continue with our program. Thank you, Colton. Zero. Hattie. Thank you.
What a veteran means to me. What a veteran means to me is courage, strength, love, and peace. Someone who is brave. Someone who will stand up and even fight for our rights and freedom. It's someone who will not back down when they are challenged and even when others have already stopped. It's someone who will protect us and serve us without being greedy. It's someone who will always be there when our country needs them to be there. That's why we always honor our veterans. That's why we celebrate Veterans Day, to thank them. So thank you.
What is a veteran? A veteran is a person who served for any length of time in any military service branch. What a veteran means to me. A veteran is a hero, but if you ask them, they are just normal people. They would say the real heroes are the ones who didn't return home from the war.
have served, it is important to remember the ones that have been lost. Serving is not always the ones who have fought. Their families are heroes too. They are the people of the red, white, and blue.
What a veteran means to me. A veteran is a very valuable person. The veterans we have today and the veterans that died are very rare people. They are because veterans fought for this country that we live in today. Veterans are gold to me because finding them is the best possible thing you can find in the world. Veterans would do anything for the fellow teammate. Veterans are equal. It doesn't matter what color or religion they claim to be, they just do whatever to help our country stay free.
What I think of Veterans Day. I think Veterans Day is about honoring our nation's bravest. Veterans risk their lives to keep us safe and to keep our nation free. I hope one day I could be like you. Every day that you are away from your family and home is a sacrifice that you didn't have to make. There are not enough thank yous for that. You all are amazing to me.
Veterans Day. A veteran is a person who leaves family, children, and spouses to go into the unknown and fight for freedom and justice. A veteran is a person who fights so we can have freedom. A veteran is a hero, no matter what branch of service, Air Force to Navy to Army. A veteran is a person like my grandfather, Bill White, who served in the Army. Or a veteran is a person like my grandfather on my mom's side who fought in the Navy. Bottom line, a veteran is a hero. I would like to welcome, thank, and introduce our Veterans Day speaker for this afternoon, First Sergeant Jonathan D. DeHart.
In the Army, they teach us to speak loudly, so I'm not going to use the microphone because I like to speak loudly, right? So before we begin, I want to ask our veterans to please either raise your hand or stand. Part of Veterans Day is recognizing those that have sacrificed, and just like you said during your speeches, it's a huge sacrifice not only on the soldiers, but on the family and spouses. So if you are a family or spouse, please raise your hand or stand. Thank you so much. From our generation, we could not be where we are today had it not been for you. Thank you. I want to start by asking everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. I want you to think of the most wonderful dream that you can think of. Everybody's safe. There's bright, shiny colors. You have anything you could want, anything you could ask for. All right. Open your eyes. Now in dreams are very, very fragile, right? When you open your eyes, sometimes they can go away just like that, can't they? That's the same thing as freedom. Freedom is very, very fragile, and it can go away just like that. All right. So before we start talking about that, though, I want to know what some of your dreams are. What did you dream about? Tell us what you dreamed about. You forgot your dream. See, they're very fragile, right? Anybody remember their dream over here? Tell me about your dream.
My dream was going outside and actually smelling the freedom that we have because of you all.
Smelling the freedom that we have because of us. Cool. Anybody else? I bet you had a good dream. What was your dream?
Oh, driving a car.
You want to drive a car? Are you talking like a NASCAR? Or are you talking, you want to be a NASCAR? Me and you're going to talk later, okay? You're like a NASCAR. Anybody else? Let's get one more. What was your dream? You want your papaw back. That's a good dream. You know, dreams are so fragile though. You know, hundreds of years ago, men, just like us in this room, they had dreams. You know, and I want to show you a couple of those men. I think you might recognize them. Some of the men that were on these right here. Right? Now I got your attention because I pulled out the money. Everybody's focusing now. All right. So hundreds of years ago, they had a dream of a free United States of America. All right? Men and women just like those found on these dollar bills. But they also knew that those dreams were fragile and that bad men and bad people would take those dreams away, that dream of freedom. So what happened? You probably know more history than we do by the sounds of your speeches. But some of those dreams, the sacrifices that we paid for those dreams were enormous. All right? So raise your hand if you know who George Washington is. Anybody know who that guy is? All right, George Washington was the first president of the United States, right? You learned that? Good stuff. So George Washington knew he had a dream. He had a dream of freedom, right? But he knew that that dream could be crushed. So he fought with all his might. And he and his men, as they crossed the Delaware, they knew that their dream could die. But you know what they said? They said, today the dream of freedom will not die. Those are powerful words. All right? Now let's fast forward to 1863. It was the middle of the Civil War, right? You remember who the president was then? Who was it? That's right, Abraham Lincoln. Now he knew that a country based on slavery could not be a free country. You know that? So he was right in the middle of the Civil War for freedom for everyone. Right? He knew that a country based on slavery could not be free. So hundreds of thousands of people sacrificed so that we as Americans can be free. Now you fast forward past these guys, all throughout history, Vietnam, World War I and World War II, there were injustices. Bad people came or challenged freedom. But each and every time, some of the men and women in this room even stood up and said, not today. Freedom will not die today. So powerful. Don't you think?
Yeah.
So what is Veterans Day? Yeah. That's right. So a veteran is any man or woman who served in the military to help keep the dream of freedom alive. All right? Raise your hand if you know a veteran. Wow. That's a lot. All right, so this is part of the reason why we celebrate Veterans Day, is to remember and to honor those veterans. All right, all throughout time, there have been veterans who have fought for freedom. And that's one takeaway I want you to remember. When they fought for freedom, they sacrificed their time, their family, and sometimes their lives. But they said, not today will freedom die. All right, so the sacrifices of our veterans allow us to be here today, right? Think about how different America would look if those sacrifices had not happened. Think about other countries that you see on TV. Think about other pictures of other countries, how desolate, how poor those countries are. The reason why we fight is so that we can live in freedom and not have a ruler ruling over us. Does that make sense? Alright, so without further ado, I want everybody to stand up for me. Stand up. Alright, I want you to repeat after me. Remember to always uphold those dreams of freedom. Dream big. God bless our veterans. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Let's give First Sergeant to Hart another round of applause. Thank you very much. Excellent job speaking with you all. Great job being here. We're so glad to have them here. Miss Ray, we're going to do this first. We're going to allow them to finish their part, and then we're going to watch our slideshow.
Alright, so at the end of every ceremony, we do something that's called retiring the colors. So, Honor, if you wouldn't mind. Please stand for the retiring of the colors.
Forward! March! Colors. Present arms. Order arms. Ready? Ho! Forward! March!
time, many of you have brought in pictures for our slideshow. If you're here and your picture is on the slideshow, would you please stand up whenever your slide comes up? If you have, and the family and students, I want you to please stand up when someone from your family is on the screen. So we're going to watch our slideshow, and then at the end, I want to recognize our visitors and ask the ones that have been in the service to tell us when and their name, and maybe